How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be kind of analyzing, kind of theorizing about Xenoblade 3 because that trailer I've been rewatched about 7 times in a row there, and there's a lot to be said about it. So fucking much. I am super excited, and I've got so many theories. I've got one major primary theory, and then I've got a bunch of hopes and speculations and stuff. So we're gonna get straight into it because I want to talk about this immediately. So first of all, they start the trailer where it's like fighting. We live to fight, and we fight to live. That's like the way of our world. Ionios, right? And my good friend Bob Duncan pointed out that that's a mix of Ion and Bionis. So that's pretty cool. It shows that they've mixed the two worlds together. Well, there's a lot more to be said through that, and we see my opinion. I'm gonna come out right and say it. My opinion is the people from Elysium. I'm gonna call it the people from Elysium and the people from Bionis and Mechonis are fighting each other. Okay, for the land. Now, now here's the weird part. Okay, because we have this current idea now where it's like, let's say we run with this idea where it's a war between the two universes, the two colonizers of the universe, of their individual universes, and now they've come to this combined universe, and now there's conflict. But there's obviously a certain amount of time since then. And here's my opinion, okay? So we see the main character has got what would be called a Monado, right? Or something of the sorts to Monado. We don't see any blades in this trailer, to be fair, or at least not from my knowledge. We do see blade weapons, but we actually don't see blades themselves. Or at least I didn't notice myself. So we could have, but I didn't notice. But more importantly, they're fighting against each other, and one of the guys jumps in front of the main character, or what looks to be the main character, and he goes, I can't believe you're him. I can't bring myself to believe you're him. So my current theory is, right, over the years since the universes have merged, they've obviously had conflict due to wanting more land and all the usual humanity conflicts and stuff like that. But they also have a fear of the Monado. The Monado is something to be feared. It's a weapon to be feared. And let's say, for example, as we can see, Melia, what I assume is Melia, or a descendant of Melia at the very least, looks like a bad guy. I don't know. It's weird. And it looks like Nia is like the other leader as well of the other faction. So it looks like Melia versus Nia, which is really strange. Really strange. But my opinion is now that they think the Monado reincarnates people, which obviously it doesn't. So they think either this new protagonist is Zanza or Shulk or fuck, maybe even Malos. We don't know. Maybe that's what these people think because they seem to have some malice towards him. Maybe something happened. Maybe when he got the Monado, people thought he was this person or thought he was the descendant of of the evil Shulk. You know what I mean? The evil Shulk or the evil Rex or the evil Adam or the evil Malos. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they thought he was a descendant or a reincarnation or something. Maybe there's some convoluted reason. I don't know. But it feels like that. It feels like a misunderstanding type thing in a way that I can't really describe. Maybe, or maybe they know exactly what it is. Maybe they know about Alvis, Pyra, and Mithra, or Alvis, Numa, and fuck what logos. But they're kind of, there's like a hatred for them. And when Alvis, quote unquote, we don't even know if this is Alvis's version. What this could totally be, I don't know. I don't know, Malos and different version of Malos, but it's red, so I'm assuming it's Alvis's version. So like let's say there's been no gods for hundreds of years. Let's say that for a second, and then all of a sudden, someone with a Monado shows up, or someone who's well established picks up a Monado, and or finds Monado, and like there's been stories passed down for generations about how terrible the Monado is, how terrible these gods were, how terrible they were, how horrible they were. You know what I mean? And obviously, Sinchuk was like, a world with no gods. Now we don't have those people. Now we don't have gods. So the idea it would be kind of scary, I guess, to those people, and then it would start a bigger war, a war to kill or get rid of the Monado, and we could see a thing where maybe Melia has got. Let's say this is Melia for a second. Let's put aside any timeline things. I don't know if it's been confirmed how long High Entia live, because we do see High Entia in this trailer, with the girl with the brown hair and the black wings, which are really cool. Black wings on her head, that is really cool. Also, quick thing to point out: the Mechon now are called the Clocks, I think is what I thought I heard, or Cloaks. I don't know if it's Clocks or Cloaks, but that's a bit weird. I don't know where that name comes from. They could have just stuck with Mechon, but I think they wanted to have a kind of way of thinking time has passed because the name has changed and enough time has passed where the name Mechon has lost its meaning. I have no idea. Or maybe it's kind of like a derogatory term people use for the people of Mechonis, and now so they changed the name of them to Clocks to be more socially acceptable. I have no idea. I really don't. But I do think the main plot of this story is basically you're gonna get half of the people the from Bionis and Mechonis side, and you're gonna have a party of half of those people and half of the people from the side of Elysium is what I'm gonna call it, or Alrest. I'll use Alrest because that's probably much easier now because people know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna get, and then you're gonna have half it, and you're gonna bring the two parties together, or something like that. And let's say for example, let's say Melia is jaded, right, and is now kind of trying to just protect her people, right? She's kind of a villain now because she doesn't give a shit. She's just trying to protect her people now, and she's probably trying to reclaim the Monado because she believes that you have to be worthy like Shulk to have it or something. I don't know. And my main thought here is that the main character and this party are gonna remind Melia or whoever, or maybe a descendant of Melia. It might remind her of the stories of my great grandmother Melia, and then we get that. We get we get a scene where they come together, and then you have, let's say this is Nia or Nia's descendants, and we know as long as Rex isn't dead, or as long as I don't know, maybe there's some convoluted shit where because Rex had a Numa's fucking heart in him when he died, his blade still didn't disappear because technically it was resonated to Numa or some shit. I have no idea. I have no idea. They might come up with that convoluted point of view for that, but we could totally see. Let's say that is Nia for a second on that separate throne, where we have then the party, whoever they are, come over and try and convince this other side or Nia's side from Alrest, and then they also hear the stories. Like I say, the thing where the story of the great Rex or the story of the great Shulk on both sides, and then there's like, I was saying to my mate, what if there's like a statue before I rewatched all these trailers? I was saying to my mate, what if there's like a statue of all the three great heroes or something like that? But I kind of feel like there's going to be a conflict based on these stories, based on what happened in 1 and 2, and then let's say, but here's my biggest issue. Let's say this is a conflict over land and a conflict over supremacy. How did this get started? Because neither Rex nor Shulk would let this happen as as they were alive. So unless they were overthrown by someone, and the only people I could think of doing it are either dead or have turned over a new leaf, like Tyrea. Yeah, just Tyrea. So unless I'm very confused, unless this is many hundreds of years ago, and we know Rex has descendants, weirdly enough, not Pon descendants, which is very strange. But well, whatever you're into, Rex, I'm not gonna. You and Tora had a bit of a rough and tumble at some point, I guess. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But so Rex is probably, if not certainly, dead. Same with all the other main protagonists. My only real concern is that I can't see a feasible way for them to, unless it's set so far in the future, but I can't see a feasible way for them to justify this war going on right now. Because to me, in my mind, in my little feeble mind, I don't think with Shulk and Rex around that would happen. You know what I mean? We've seen the power those two hold, not only in terms of actual physical might, but in terms of like their social and their kind of, what would you say, their ability to convince people. You know what I mean? Ah, shit. Sorry, gastric reflexes, I guess. But their ability to convince people to stay with them or stay on their side. It's an uncanny ability. It's a similar ability to talk no jutsu in like shonen anime. So it's gotten to the point now where they'd have to either set it in such a far future, or they'd have to be absolutely brilliant storytellers, which they are, and come up with a justifiable idea to have it set in the future, but in not a super far future. So we still have characters like Melia and Nia alive, and then maybe somehow justify Shulk and Rex being alive, but I don't see it. I just I think that's what I got from it, most of the trailer anyway, in terms of that. Like there's a big war going on because of territory. Now it couldn't be, it might not be for territory. The war might have just started because of the fact that the main character found a Monado and they're fighting over the Monado, or they want to fight to get rid of the Monado, and it's just causing a lot of war and stuff like that. But the fact he mentioned that that's the state of our world means it's been happening for some other reason. That's why I didn't pull straight to go, oh, well, that's because your man picked up the Monado. Because obviously now some of them think he is Zanza or something, or like the evil man from the mythological stories. It's like, for example, now I am not in any way saying this is true, but let's say for a quick second here, let's say hypothetically, right? 5,000 years ago or whatever, there was a man who, I don't know, he fought against this guy. He tried to conquer the world, and he used a particular weapon. He used a red trident, right? Red trident. I think you know where I'm going with this. Yeah. He used a red trident, right? And he was fought off by this monk, by this very holy monk. Ah, bollocks! This very holy monk with long white hair and a long white beard, right? And then years and years down the line, some kid takes up this red trident, like 5,000 years from now in our time, and he is thought to be like a reincarnation, or to have, or be a descendant of this evil creature. And now we start a war over that. Because that's what this is basically seems like to me. If you know what I was implying there, you know what I was implying, but it was just using it as an example. Obviously, I don't mean to discount anyone's faith or anything like that. I believe in that stuff as well. I'm just using that as an example just because it was an easy example. I obviously it's not true, obviously, but I'm just saying. I'm just using that as an example. So please don't get too uppity about it, okay? Anyway, back on topic. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this trailer. Kind of like a misunderstood reading of the past in a way. Now, but let's move on from the actual grounded speculation and just move to pure fucking hopes and dreams. Um Number one, major hope is I want them to blend the two fighting styles. I don't want there to be no blades in this game. I loved collecting blades in Xenoblade 2. I haven't even finished it. I nearly did, and then I sat on my Switch and deleted my save data. So I kind of just want to, at this point in time, right now, all I want mainly from this game in terms of mechanics is to be able to use blades again. I love blades. I love that mechanic. I think being able to, it gives such a longevity to these games, being able to get blades in different ways, having so many creatures. I can understand if it doesn't happen, because it was such a hassle, and it was such a hassle to make so many character designs and have stories for each one of them. So I'd understand if it doesn't happen. But I would like at least a couple that I can hunt down in the post game, or maybe an additional party members, or additional weapons. Even if it's not blades, even if it's just weapon collecting, I want something to collect, and something meaningful, maybe character. Like Blades were so meaningful to collect. You know, you got new characters, you got new character designs, you got new personalities to your crew, you got a new storyline. It made Xenoblade 2 have a lot more longevity to me than Xenoblade 1. Xenoblade 1 is by far the technically better game. Plays better for the no, it doesn't play better, but it's a better story. And with the 2022 remake, it kind of looks a slight bit better. So it's kind of at the point now where it's like I want I want there to be blades because I like the whole collecting idea. Now, if the designs are less over the top, I'm not going to complain about that. If the designs are more grounded and more fitting of the world that this is placed in, I'm not complaining. You know what I mean? I just want more collectible characters. And that sounds like a gotcha mindset. That's because it is. I'm a hardcore bounty rush guy. All right, we on the gotcha mindset. But personally, I do like it. I don't think that's a commonly held belief, but that is one of my wants. I'm not gonna be downright tearing up and crying if it doesn't happen because obviously I prefer Xenoblade 1, so I'm not gonna if the mechanics are more like Xenoblade 1, why am I gonna give out? Although I do want the way the chain attacks in 2, I do definitely want them to work similar enough, where it's like you just press a button and like it's based on the orbs and shit and not some fucking random crap. I still haven't figured out chain attacks in Xenoblade 1 to be honest. But that's just me because I'm a fucking idiot. Oh man, okay. But another thing for me personally would be Pyramithra or Numa Logos and Alvis, or what was the actual name for him? So Numa, Malos, and Alvis to be in the same room as each other, be in the same environment, to actually interact. That is something I want to see, right? Whether it's some small cameo, some small cutscene, if anything happens in this game, anything, I mean anything, I want those three to interact. I will sacrifice seeing Shulk again. I will sacrifice seeing Nia again, Zeke again. You know, I will sacrifice all this if we get to see those three interact. Hell, I'd even love to see Mithra again. Even fucking Pyra, so I can continue this Pyra hate raid till the end of my existence. So you know what? Give me Pyra as well. I'm not gonna complain. Because either way, this game looks fantastic. And I know the way and I just really I want some of these things to happen. I went through the realistic stuff I think is gonna happen. And I will actually I wanna levy some praise real quick. That environment design. Every single game. Oh, it gets so much better. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it so much. I love it so much. I can't describe how much I love their environment design. It's fantastic. Monolith Soft are by far Monolith Soft. Yeah, Monolith Soft. Why? Never mind. I'm gonna go. I don't know why I thought I got the name wrong. Monolith Soft is one of the best developers for Nintendo ever, if not the best. And I expect a lot from this game. But I will say, you know what? Xenoblade 2, I love Xenoblade 2. It was the first Xenoblade game I ever played. And if they lean more into the Xenoblade 2 element, I'm not going to lie, I'll be a little disappointed. A more, I do want a more structured story. Not even that, but less kind of weird characters. Less Taurus, please. That's my biggest want in this, actually. Scrap everything I just said. I will be fine with any game they make as long as we don't get a Tora type character in this game or a Sanji type character in this game. I don't want the pervert of the crew. Okay, I'm not a big fan of that. It's rarely, if ever, executed well. The only thing I can think that executed the whole pervert archetype well was Sylvain from Fire Emblem Three Houses, and that was a fantastic quest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I will say another would be Sanji, half and half. Like Sanji's kind of shit, but then they redeem him with a character arc, and then they have a shit gag. So Sanji's kind of half and half. But for the vast majority of these characters, it's never done well. And unfortunately, Monolith, the only character I think you do bad is the pervert archetype. And I just don't believe I want it in this game. Um, yeah, yeah, that's my that's so there's a lot there. That's like a few wants and hopes and stuff. I really don't know how to feel right now. I'm really happy about this. I know it looks like, I know when I was talking about my hopes, I was more talking about the stuff I don't want in this game for the most part, because that's a lot of a shorter list than the stuff I want. Because the stuff I want, I'm not really wanting for much. I just want to continue this story. You know, I have a particular favorite style of gameplay. I like how Xenoblade 2 plays. I'd like to see that, and I like Xenoblade 1's story and characters. But I also prefer a lot of Xenoblade 2's characters. I love Nia. I love Nia, but I love Shulk as well. You know, those are my two top characters. They're from the two different games. I'm not a big Rex guy, but I love Shulk. So the only actual thing I want as a fanboy, yes, I'm gonna call myself that, fucking as a Xenoblade fanboy, is Alvis, Mithra, and Malos 2 talk, or whatever, Logos, Panuma, and all that. I want those three to talk at some point, or interact, or have a discussion about how they interacted. Anything. Anything. I'll take anything. Because really, that's all I want. Okay? Oh, I rambled on for so long about this. I am so sorry. I had a lot. I have a lot, and I don't have a lot. I dissected a lot for like 13 minutes, and then I was like, okay, what are we gonna do now? Just rant about stuff. That's cool. I am really excited for this game. I love this game. I love this game already. This game, I have bet like this game is literally, it's not out yet, but it's going to be my game of the year, right? Pokemon Legends Arceus is great. I love this game. If this game didn't come out this year, Pokemon Legends Arceus might have won my game of the year. But unfortunately, I'm sorry. Xenoblade is probably gonna win this. It really is, and I can say that already. No matter how many complaints I lobbied in this video or things I don't want, and I didn't discuss a lot of things I do want, because I really just, the only thing I want from this game is to continue the story and preferably have Xenoblade 2's fighting mechanics more so than Xenoblade 1's, particularly in the and chain attacks and stuff like that, and the blade combos. Even if we can get more combos like that, the way they did it in Xenoblade 2, I would be appreciative of that. But other than that, I'm willing to fly by the seat of my pants with this. You know, I'm willing to take whatever I get. So I just wanted a few things I don't want in the game. Personally. Now I know I'm not very educated on a lot of topics. I barely even pronounced the studio's name right, but I just didn't want to get it wrong. So I was a bit hesitant when I was saying it. Because I thought I was about to say Microsoft and I said Monolith Soft, so I got myself tongue tied. You know what I mean? Well, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want more gaming content, subscribe to Randomized MK. And if you're into One Piece content, subscribe to Drinking Tea with MK. I'll leave a link for both channels in the description. Well, you can subscribe to Randomized MK down there. If you want to see me talk about different things live and play games and all that, you can check me out over on Twitch, which will be in the description as well. I would say check me out on TikTok, but I really don't know if I'm going to continue with that. I'm not a big fan of the TikTok platform, and it annoys me too much to want to continue doing stuff on TikTok. So I may stop, but I will so I don't know yet, but definitely Twitch and YouTube I will be always creating content for. So check those two out. I will leave the description for both of them, both my other channel and my Twitch channel in the description. So if you want to check them out, I would really appreciate that. And with that being said, go buy Xenoblade 3 when it comes out, and buy Legends Arceus, and see you all next time. Goodbye.